Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. The day of destiny is almost upon us. Wolverhampton Wanderers against Watford, and here is my match preview for the FA Cup semi-final at Wembley Stadium. First off, I want to say a big thank you to Casino 36 Sports Bar, who are supporting my semi-final vlogs. If you haven't got a ticket and you live in the West Midlands around the Wolverhampton area, they are showing the game on the big large screen, and they've got lots of comfy seats, food and drinks. If you haven't got somewhere to watch the game, you want a bit of atmosphere, you'll be able to get it down there. Onto the game itself. If you've been watching my channel for a little while, you'll know how much of a dream it is for me to go to Wembley, to go to an FA Cup final, to sing goodbye with my dad. That would actually be something that we've dreamed about for many, many years. My dad's just gone 82. Looking forward to walking down Wembley Way with him. In terms of the game, so it's Wolves versus Watford, Nuno versus Gracia, Cody versus Deeney, Elton John versus Robert Plant. And as much as I love Elton John's music, I'm hoping it's Wolves that's still standing at the end of the semi-final. So moving on to the team news. Wolves have got a completely fit squad, so we're told. It has been confirmed that John Ruddy again will start in goal for Wolves in the semi-final. On to Watford. They've got a couple of late injury tests, which will be against Robert Pereira and Isaac Success, to see whether they're actually fit to start or be on the bench. But Tom Cleverley is definitely sidelined with a calf injury. Wolves and Watford have had similar sort of seasons, really, 7th and 8th respectively. There's just 1 point difference between them in the league in Wolves' favour. There's 1 goal difference in terms of the goal difference as well. +1 for Wolves and 0 for Watford in Wolves' favour. 1 minute was the 2 goals that Watford scored when they beat us at Molineux 2-0. There's also 1 yellow card, the difference. Watford have 62, Wolves have 61, and would you believe even the fouls are similar. Wolves have 553 to Watford's 558. So will 1 goal split the teams, divide the teams? Will it be a penalty shootout tomorrow? I don't know if my nerves could follow that. It would not surprise me if it goes to extra time, but I'll come back with my team prediction, match prediction, and obviously you guys can get involved by leaving your match prediction and first goal scorer as well, to see whether you get it right for a shout out on the vlog. So let's look at the head-to-head stats. Watford and Wolves have met 7 times in the FA Cup. Watford have only beaten Wolves on 1 occasion, which was in 1980, which was a 5th round tie, which they won 3-0. The Hornets, though, have only lost 1 of their last 5 matches against Wolves in all competitions, winning 2 and drawing 2. And Watford's biggest FA Cup defeat, would you believe, was a 10-0 hammering by Wolves in January 1912. There's a stat for you. Watford have lost 3 of their last 6 matches in all competition, compared with 1 defeat in their previous 11, which we won 6 and drew 4. The Hornets have lost 3 successive away games. Watford have lost 4 of their last 6 visits to Wembley and have only won once. Only the keeper Gomez and Will Hughes have actually played in all of their FA Cup matches this season. And dangerously for Wolves, Troy Deeney has been directly involved in 9 goals in his last 13 FA Cup appearances, scoring 5 and assisting 4. However, onto the Wolves stats and facts. Wolves have actually only lost 2 matches out of the last 14 in all competitions, winning 8 and drawing 4. They're currently on a 6-match winning streak at Wembley, which goes all the way back to 1960. And Raul Jimenez has actually scored in 3 rounds in the FA Cup this season, a record that is only bettered by Newport's Craig Armand, who scored in 5 rounds. And Jimenez has also been directly involved in 18 goals in the Premier League this season. Looking ahead to the team news, to be fair, I think the team is pretty much going to pick itself. We know that John Ruddy's starting. It's almost certainly going to be Jota and Jimenez up front. The wing backs are going to be Johnny Otto and Doherty. You're going to see the 3 in the middle, Neves, Moutinho and Dendoncker. Willy Bolly, Cody. The only real 1 question mark is it going to be Saiss or Bennett? Now Saïs has done pretty well recently since he's come into the side. Obviously early season, pre-season he played in that position, was really worried about it, but he's done very well. Bennett was very Mr. Consistent, obviously got suspended, lost his place. Who's going to start in that position, Bennett or Saïs? Bennett played against Man United and did well. I don't know, it's a 50-50 toss-up for that. I think he'll probably go with Saïs and have Bennett on the bench. Although Saïs would be a great player to have on the bench to bring into the game as a holding midfield player later on if need be as well. So maybe Bennett will get the nod, especially if it goes into extra time. Not quite sure. In terms of the score prediction, in terms of the match prediction, whoa. Do you know what? It's hard. It's so hard to call. I've believed all season, right from the Liverpool game, captain to lift the FA Cup for Wolves died this season, and Wolves played Liverpool, and there's a big tribute to him. We got through. We were playing Shrewsbury, and we're 2-0 down with 10 minutes to go, and Doherty scores a 3rd minute equaliser to keep us at the cup. It was kind of that moment when I thought every team that goes on to win the cup has a moment like that. I suppose Brighton could say the same against Millwall with the keeper that went through his hands when they were literally out for the count. And I will put at the end of this video, I've done a FA Cup playlist of all the rounds, so you might enjoy watching that actually. So I'll put that up at the end. So I believe all along, I believed that we were going to get through in the FA Cup against Man United in the last round. That was one of the best nights of my life in terms of, it's just amazing. There's going to be 34,300 Wolves fans at Wembley, passionate, driving the tee on. We've got world-class players that have played in massive games, stood up and have rose to the occasion. I do think Watford are going to be obviously very difficult and very motivated, and they'll believe they can beat us. And they did beat us earlier on in the season, but we've changed the system. And I do believe that playing on the larger pitch is going to suit Wolves better than it's going to suit Watford. I think we've got the players to exploit that. I think they've always performed in the big occasion, and I think we're going to do it. And it may take extra time, but I'm going to go with a victory, 2-1 to Wolves. I think Neves is going to score either a free kick or a worldie from outside the box, and Raul Jimenez is going to score as well. Those are my predictions of the goal scorer. Deeney might chip in with one for Watford. I'm hoping it will be a bit like the playoff final in 2003 where Wolves are 3-0 up at half time, and you know, even then, as a Wolves fan, I remember back 5 minutes to go, I was still worried that they might come back and get us Sheffield at the time. So obviously you can tell in my voice how excited I am for this game. So are you going to Wembley, or where are you watching it in the world? Leave your thoughts and comments below. How are you feeling? Are you excited? Are you nervous? Do you think we'll get through? Do you think we will win? What's the score prediction going to be? And who's the first goal scorer? Also, as you can see on the board over there on my wall, my framed piece of art from Dave's drawings up there, along with the programme of when I was born. And make sure you enter the competition of my giveaway for thank you for helping me get to 5,000 subscribers. I will also put an end card on there for you and in the description blocks. Make sure you enter the competition because it is a fantastic opportunity to win a bespoke piece of framed art, and it's an original watercolour of Molyneux. So yeah, Wolves, fingers crossed we can do this. Feeling that on the verge of making history, and I know that the Wolves faithful, wherever you are in the world, are going to be rooting and are going to be right behind us, and the atmosphere is going to be electric, and I do believe that in the end we're going to come out on top. In the words of Elton John, fingers crossed, Wolves will be the team that are still standing at the final whistle. Come on, Wolves.